Just to let you know, King, that's me in the background on the pianos. You know what I'm saying?
Oh man, call you what's that? Sky Storage.
Yes, sir. YouTube, blow your game. What's good, everybody? Welcome to another episode 3 of the Cap and Crown podcast with your boys Relle and King. Man, listen, y'all already know how we do, man. We just talk about some of the things that we like, some of the things that we don't like, involving around the game that we love, and that's basketball. Got a pretty interesting one for you guys today. We're gonna be talking about some of the greatest playoff performances of all time, or should I say, the greatest playoff runs of all time. There's a few of them on here, man. I can't wait to. Well, King already know on my rear. He knows we set the show up, but just kind of, I want to get his reaction on a few of these, man, because I'm just like, a lot of these, man, kind of bring back memories, man. I ain't gonna lie to you, from when I was young and I was like, man, I can't stand that team. But so yeah, we're gonna talk about it though, man. Some comments made by the great Kyrie Irving. We're gonna kind of get into that, man. And LeBron James, not only did he make a game winning tip win tonight, but he also had some comments here, man, that we're gonna kind of talk about too. But yeah, man, King, you ready to get to it, man?
I am, bro.
All right, man. Listen, man. Let's go ahead and start the show off like this, King. Kyrie made some comments, man, that we gotta talk about because supposedly he had a streaming service, a streaming show, I guess on Twitch, I believe. I'm not really sure. But he's been saying some things here recently. He's been kind of preaching to me, speaking facts to me. But you know how some folks get a little testy pause, but you know how they go, man. But we're gonna get into it, man, and this is gonna be filed right under. I was told, King.
I was told.
I was told.
I was told. I was told. Sponsored by Coca-Cola. I wish. But yeah, man. So these are Kyrie's comments right here, y'all.
And I'm talking to some of the former players too. They have lost their way. I will say their names when I address them, when I see them in person. But there are some former players that just be talking chat shit on like, you don't even be talking about anything. All you do is hate on the younger players. And then you got young players looking up to these older players. And we see them as, I'm not going to call them my idol, but we looked up to them, right? We valued their journeys. We respected their journeys. We wanted to get close to them. And then when you see somebody that you respect like that and admire go on TV and talk about your journey as if it's just some, yeah, this just happens to you all the time. Just get over it because you make a bunch of money. I'm so sick of that fucking excuse, bro, that you're not allowed to feel because you make a lot of money in the NBA and you get paid. And, oh, my gosh, like people on Twitter or on social media crucifying people that are making millions of dollars and they're not playing in games because they're injured. Or they're not the same player that they were last year because they're injured. Y'all don't know.
Man, there's a lot to unpack there, King. Kyrie just let off a few rounds, pause.
Mm-hmm.
But listen, man, I'm not mad at what he said. There was definitely some truth in there. You could tell there was a lot of passion behind what he was saying. You could feel it kind of feels like this is something he's been kind of building towards because he just kind of getting tired of it. And I guess he felt like that was the time to kind of, speak his mind there. But I mean, what you think, man? What was your takeaway from this?
I guess, bro, Kyrie is a very smart brother, young bro. I think sometimes he gets in trouble, treading the line as far as his intelligence, as far as the things he thinks about, the knowledge he tries to, obtain, the wisdom, and also what you got to question to gain knowledge. Without questioning, you can't gain knowledge because you don't know anything. So I think Kyrie gets caught up in that sometimes, and I understand that because I do that myself. It's a cruel world right now. It is what it is. So sometimes you question what's going on and you want to figure out answers. It is what it is. But with all that being said, I think he was spot on. We talk about it all the time as far as some of the older players not helping to, I guess, move the game forward. They don't do that at all. They just sit back and hate on guys. So it's hard to actually become fans of folks because all you hear about is, their deficiencies, what they can't do. They build folks up just to knock them down. Like it's like it's part of the WWE experience, as I always say. They drop promos and it's like, well, we waiting for you, put you here just to destroy you. Case example, we talked about like Anthony Edwards last year with the whole Michael Jordan thing. It's like, why would you talk about him and put him on that mantle of a Michael Jordan, where Michael Jordan is the greatest of all time? We've seen this dance before, bro. I mean, we're old enough where we've seen the baby Jordan and the next Jordan and how that did to players. Shout out to Jerry Stackhouse, Harold Miner, Vince Carter, you feel me, Grant Hill, Ray Allen. There's a bunch of guys that had that whole thing. And we see what that did to the folks and what they had to play against every, day of their career or whatever, dealing with that, being the next Jordan. So when they do that to Anthony Edwards now, all they can do is knock him down because they put him on something that, few people can reach because they aren't Michael Jordan. So it is what it is, bro. Kyrie, like I say, I always appreciate what Kyrie does. I hope he gets better. I know he talks about getting better from the injury at all at the end. We kind of cut that off. I think he will be fine as far as that, but I think it was just a good statement. He had to put it out there. He had some names I think he wanted to say. He didn't say it. I'm glad he didn't say he idolized them. He caught himself for saying that because, as I always say, you shouldn't idolize anybody, bro, because when you idolize folks, your idols become your rivals. So everybody's everybody. They're human beings just like anybody else. I tell folks that all the time. We all make our mistakes. We all do the same things. Like we have the same type of thoughts like everybody else. So with him fixing that up and saying that, I kind of can guess the folks that he's talking about, but he didn't want to put any names towards them already. But I did remember one of those guys, I won't put names to him either, calling him a donkey before when he was going through situations, and then having to interview him and all when we were going to the finals and all last year. I'm sorry, when the Mavericks were going to the finals last year or whatever. So, yeah, man, Kyrie had all right to say what he said, and I had no problem with anything he said.
Man, I don't like the term idol. I've never liked it. I don't, because I know where it stemmed from. So for you to say that's somebody's idol or he's his idol, I don't like that phrasing. So I'm kind of glad that Kyrie kind of stopped before he said it or whatever. Because I completely agree. I don't like looking at somebody as an idol, bro. It could be my favorite player or a player I've liked as a kid or whatever. But he's not my idol.
They can inspire you.
Exactly, he can inspire you. Because an idol speaks of false gods, and you're not a god. So that's where that stems from. But no, man, I agree. Because like I said, we've said names on the show, before. So he what he's speaking is facts. I think I heard somebody, I can't remember who I heard. So it might be a couple of people I've heard say this before when they asked the question of like, why aren't there any vets to usher these new guys in? And then I started thinking when Kyrie said what he said, maybe that's why there ain't no vets, because the vets don't want to usher anybody in.
No,
they don't want to give them the game. You know what I'm saying? Like we don't get a lot of that nowadays. Like those guys who are hating on the younger guys, somebody ushered you in.
Yep.
Somebody gave you the game. We always want one prime example when Charles Barkley said when he came in, him being the high draft pick for the 76ers, playing under Moses Malone and Dr. J, both kind of on the last leg of their careers, both of them took him under their wing.
Yep. And I think Mo Cheeks too.
Yeah, Mo Cheeks and all of them. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're not getting that nowadays. But like you said, because most of those guys who got ushered in are now hating on the guys after them.
Yep.
And I'm just like, that makes no sense to me, man. It's like you're supposed to help, like you say, always say, progress the game, bro. And they're not doing that, bro. They're not doing that. And that's the sad part about this. And I think that's why it's kind of, you see more of the back and forth when it comes to old school and new school. Right? I feel like nowadays when you watch the game, you got to have a certain unbiased and a certain maturity when you're watching the game. Right? That's why when me and you sit there and we talking to a lot of the glow yard, let's be honest, a lot of the glow yard are young. They don't understand. Now, there are a lot of them that ask questions because they don't know. And that's I'm proud of them on that because, listen, when I was growing up, everything is about the game I didn't know. So I asked. That's how I was able to learn and grow to know the game as I know it now, right? I ask questions because I don't know everything. And so that's why you kind of got that standoffish type of attitude between the new and the old school, man. Like, the fact that a lot of people are just Because for one, you heard me say it many times too, King. We live in a microwave society, so people aren't going to take the time and go do their own research and kind of get some insight or kind of go back and watch and all that type of stuff on their own. They'd rather just hear somebody else say it and just regurgitate what they said, no matter if it's right or wrong.
Yep.
Right. You know what I'm saying? So, because nobody fact checks anybody anymore. And it's just like, wait, that's not right, though. You know what I'm saying? It's this and that and this. Like, what are you talking about? And so, I mean, I could definitely see where Kyrie's coming from with that, bro. I hate to see it because, like I've said before, that takes the love of the game away, especially for me. I've said that a million times. It takes the love of the game away from me to the point, like, I'm not tripping if I miss a game. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not tripping if I'm not able to know what's going on in the NBA. Like, a lot of times, the reason why I know stuff because y'all sending me stuff. Like, you know, I just don't miss it like that no more. Because when I was younger, I was always on it, bro. Like we talked about before, you were sitting in front of ESPN. Yo, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday was the catchphrase back in the day. You know what I'm saying? We used to watch the games on NBC. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, picking up the Sunday morning news. I used to try to hurry and get the sports section out of the newspaper before my pops got it, right? Because I wanted to read it before him. Cause I knew Will and the rest of them were gonna be reading stuff before me. And they gonna be calling like, "Oh, you hear about this?" Like, God dang it, man, I was gonna read that, but my pops got the dang paper, so I ain't get to catch that first. You know what I'm saying? He was always trying to get first before them or whatever, right? So that's why I say, like, man, I don't know if it's ever gonna change back to the positive, bro. You know, it's easy people say like, "Oh, it's gonna get better one day." Is it really though? Because
I think it will.
we've transitioned to this point now. The way because technology is so vast now, and there's so many avenues, it makes it harder for people to stay right here. It's like, why would I stay right here? I can go over there, I can go over here, I can go down there, I can go over here. You know what I'm saying? And it's like nobody's gonna stay right in this one spot to make sure that, hey, okay, we're good, everything is good right here. Nope, it's like, okay, it is. And I'm over here now. Wait, I'm over here now. It's like, hold on. Make sure you got your information first. Make sure you got everything squared away before you go over here. But we don't do that now. So that's why I think a lot of the way people communicate with each other when it comes to sports now, the way the sports is given to us, the way sports is, I can't say taught, but I mean, I'm gonna say taught. I think there are people who try to teach us or whatever, but a lot of that stuff has changed compared to how things were about 10 years ago, bro. Maybe 15 years ago.
I do think it's going to change, though, bro. I think everything, most things in life are full circle. Like what goes around comes around. But I think it'd take one player to be that guy, kind of like take that charge. An older player, once they're done, one of the nice players actually wanting to teach the game. Like you said earlier about the players and not passing the game along. You hear Shaq, he's one of the most critical guys, on NBA media or whatever, just in general. And you would think, well, Shaq, if you see like a Joel Embiid and he's doing what he's doing and he's like great at what he's doing, and you're like, man, well, he doesn't go into the paint enough. Like, I need him to get more touches in the paint, do this. Why wouldn't you then go meet up with a Joel Embiid and say, hey, let me teach you something real quick, so that then Joel Embiid can not only respect you and what you've done in the game, but you can pass your knowledge on so that somebody else is doing what you did and all. Like, that's how
he thinks criticizing them and just dogging them.
It's like, why don't you help them out and pass along your knowledge to the game? That's how you help the game. That's how you progress the game. That's how you move the game forward. But a lot of folks right now are stuck in that.
Oh, they got my number. The way you present yourself is not very inviting. So why would I just, you know what? He been killing me and saying I'm trash this whole time. Let me go ahead and call him and get some advice. Who's doing that?
You know, real talk. I always thought the best player or the best at something should always be yet to come. You feel what I'm saying? So that means that you should always think, if I love a game or something like that, somebody is going to be better than that in the future, because that'll make the game better. These players don't think like that. These old players think, I want to be the best. Don't let Joel Embiid get better than me. Don't let Giannis Antetokounmpo get be better than me, even though that would make the game better, because now it's a different generation and the game is like it's moved along. You'd rather criticize it.
On that point you just made, let me ask you a question. Did Magic Johnson do that to Jordan?
No. Neither did Dr. J. You feel me? Like, they didn't do that.
That's what I'm saying. They did do that to y'all, so why are y'all doing that to them?
I think Jordan kind of started that one, though. That's you feel me? It's always the. What you mean? What I mean? Jordan ain't really want to teach guys what was going on. I know I just found out recently. I knew he was like Kobe was the ripoff of Jordan or whatever like that, but I didn't know they were as close as they were until, you feel me, Kobe had passed and all. I was like, man, like they were really, 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 you feel me, like close. So, but Jordan, I've never heard of Jordan going to, who else has he taught? Who else has he passed his game to? He's Jordan. He's probably the best player of all time. Oh, you? Got you. Most people that learn from Jordan learn from his highlights, practicing in like the driveway and stuff like that. Michael Jordan, he hasn't went out.
I don't think I've ever heard anybody ask him questions. I think the only person who ever asked was Kobe.
Maybe that's part of the issue too. Maybe they just in awe and they don't believe that he can do it.
I want to say Rip Hamilton too, but Jordan liked Rip Hamilton.
I'm saying like Jordan, like that's, I don't know. I just always wonder like why. Like you hear like Hakeem Olajuwon passing the game around to like guys, even Kobe. I think was it Kevin Garnett, guys like that. The guy from Hakeem Olajuwon. Why not go like Shaq? When Shaq was hating on Dwight, I understand they kind of crossed paths as well. They were in the league at the same time, but like Shaq could have helped Dwight reach that next level. You feel me? Like, but he was worried about Superman just being his moniker, even though he's not Superman. And like, you feel me? Like, and then Steel, we'll never get another Steel movie probably because of Shaquille O'Neal. So you feel me? Like that kind of stuff, but he never talks about that. So
it ain't because he don't want nobody else to play Steel.
Exactly. It probably is actually. He probably don't want nobody else to play Steel, knowing Shaquille O'Neal.
I was saying, I was joking in general because I was like, we're not getting another Steel movie, not because Shaq don't want nobody to play Steel.
Trash. That movie was
trash.
Just
kill the whole
I saw that in the movie theater, bro.
I remember watching this like, nah, this ain't the Steel for the comedy, bro. Like, what am I watching? I really thought that was a whole nother like somebody made it up. Yeah, because like he wasn't in Metropolis, he wasn't flying, he didn't have all that. I'm like, okay, I was like, nah, this can't be the Steel that. And it said DC Steel. I'm like, oh, come on, man.
I saw that in the movie theater, bro. But yeah, Shaq should have been helping out Dwight. Shaq should be helping out a whole bunch of these guys. He can change the game back. He talks about guys don't dominate the paint no more. Why don't you go teach somebody how to dominate the paint? Because I do feel like I always say if Shaq played in this day and age, I think Shaq would still dominate. I don't think what changes Shaq from dominate.
Bro, they got his number.
That's all I'm saying. Like people, you know how people try to say if Shaq played this day and age, he'd be left behind because he don't shoot and all that. Well, who gonna stop Shaq?
You said Giannis?
Not one-on-one. So
I need people to go back and watch Shaq in Orlando.
Yeah, that's why I said I don't think even Shaq in LA, bro. Nobody stop. If Shaq was LA Shaq in this day and age, the game would change. You feel me? Like he would change the game.
And I think people think too that because he was big that he was like slow.
Yeah, like no, like
Shaq was quick, nimble, and he had good footwork.
Shaq would change the game because Shaq would average damn near 40 still missing free throws in this league. If they started going like Shaq with one-on-one space, just throwing the ball like saying run to the basket, Shaq, just running, I'm gonna give you the basketball. Who's stopping him? He would have changed the game. He'd just been dominant at that, like Steph Curry changed the game shooting threes. Shaq would have came into this game and been like, you can't stop Shaq. We would have had to change the game to stop Shaq. So I don't know why Shaq doesn't make it so that like a Joel Embiid can just master the game. Well, I know he's dealing with injuries now, but like him or anybody else, just somebody that's a center or whatever, like help them out.
Hey, because he's moving. The more time goes on, he's moving further down the pecking order. He wants too many people hopping him in the pecking order. Because I've heard him kind of get us upset about that. On I was watching something. What was I watching? And he got mad about where he's at in the pecking order.
But he didn't want to tell people that other people better than him.
That's what I'm saying.
I don't get shit. Like he didn't want to yell up and down that Steph Curry should be in the GOAT conversation. Well, Steph Curry knocks you out. A lot of people try to knock you out because of Steph Curry. Why would you say that? You're doing it.
Yeah, I don't get it either, bro. It don't make no sense to me. That's why I say he's kind of confusing to me. But no, I agree. It's like, bro, won't you pass the game along to the next generation? And like, I don't know if they feel like if they do that, that's gonna completely tarnish them as a great player. It's like, oh, now that you're giving him the game, you're not great no more. It's like that's not how that works, bro. You're still one of the greatest
top 10 player.
Exactly, like you're still one of the greatest players of all time, bro. Like nobody, it's not all of a sudden you teach him. It's like, well, Shaq, now that you taught him everything, we're gonna take this away from you now. You're not the greatest anymore now. You're down there as a role player now. Like, that's not how that works.
And just because he teaches somebody doesn't mean that person gonna become better than you.
It's exactly right.
Like Kobe, Mike told Kobe, I don't think Kobe better than Mike.
Exactly.
You feel what I'm saying?
Like Kobe taught Kyrie. Is Kyrie better than Kobe?
No, I don't think Kyrie better than Kobe.
That's what I'm saying. So like, I don't know, bro. It's just that's just crazy to me how things work nowadays, man, with this sport, bro. Like I said, man, growing up, you used to love the hell out this sport, man. You used to watch it, everything about it, man. You trying to learn and watch it and all that stuff, man. Nowadays, it's like, I guess it just takes the love away from the game to me, man. But it is what it is.
I agree.
But yeah, man. So let's go ahead and get ready for this next segment, man. See, as y'all know, this was brought to you by Fanatics.
This I Was Told segment is brought to you by the folks over at Fanatics. Fanatics is the world's largest collection of officially licensed fan gear from all the leagues, teams, and players you love the most, including WWE. You can earn fan cash to redeem when your orders, jersey protection for when your favorite player is traded or changes teams. They also have an unrivaled selection of authentic fan gear and Fanatics exclusives that are only available on the site. So if you need some merch and are interested in helping the channel, scan the QR code on the screen or follow the link, which is always in the description.
Say, man, go ahead and copy your rugby jersey, man.
Yes, sir. Or you can get
Fanatics.
I didn't get that from Fanatics, but I just did that for Relle.
I didn't see nothing. My eyes are closed.
Okay.
Listen, man. Listen, man. This is a part of the show, man. We usually had well, not usually. This is our third episode. We had a nice little debate on the top draft classes of all time. So King threw this idea out, man. How about we do the greatest playoff runs of all time? Look at my hands, King. Look at my hands rotate of all time, King. Check this out, man. Whew. It's gonna be a pretty interesting one, man. I definitely want to get your opinion on some of these, man. So let's get to it, King. Like I said, the greatest playoff runs of all time, King. First up, King. Now listen, try to keep a cool, calm head on this one, man. All right.
Why? He ain't beat my team.
I got you.
What you talking about? He ain't beat my team. I'm fine. We gonna keep it real now. Man.
So I don't remember what year this was published in, but this is just a few of the runs. Which if we just look over all these, bro, I think we pretty much agree. I don't know about the order, but as far as like the runs,
the 10, I got you.
Yeah, I think we can pretty much agree. There were a couple honorable mentions. One was that Kawhi Leonard run in 2019, and
Kawhi not on there.
The Shaq run in 2000, and it was one more. I can't remember.
I need to see this then. Which they gonna have one of the Shaqs in there, I know, but they probably don't have the 2001. It's probably 2001.
I want to say it was Steph in 2016, but I'm not 100% sure. The other two, yes. The Steph one, I'm not sure. I don't know if that's what.
Steph shouldn't. No.
Yeah, I don't know if that was on there, but yeah, for sure, Shaq 2000 and Kawhi 2019 were two on there. So, all right, King, this one right here, Dwayne Wade in 2006. You got your 28, 5, 5, 2, and 1, King.
Let me round them up. Right. 6. What's that? 28, 6, 6, 2, and 1.
Man, don't do that, bro. For obvious reasons.
That's 5-9, man. Come on, that's 6.
Chicago. So they beat Chicago 4-2. The Nets 4-1. The Pistons 4-2. And of course, that finals. We ain't gonna talk about that. But listen, man. What do you remember about this whole entire run, other than the finals, man?
The finals.
I knew you were gonna say that, man. I was trying to steer you away from the finals, bro. Like,
I'm
gonna talk about the finals.
When I was thinking about this topic, I thought about this run because if we were just talking about the finals, Dwayne Wade would be on a Mount Rushmore of finals by itself. But outside of the finals, he had a great playoffs, but the finals is what took him. I still felt like Shaq was the number one until the finals.
He was.
You feel me? And then it was like once that happened, he just like did something stupid in the finals. It was like, okay, this is Dwayne Wade now. So that's why I'm okay.
Yeah, I've heard multiple podcasts, interviews. So, I think Jason Williams, said this. Gary Payton said this. And I want to say Udonis. I think I heard Udonis Haslem say this. A lot of them said that when they went down 0-2 to Dallas, Gary Payton kind of went and told the team like, "Yo, we gotta let D Wade be the guy," and that's when he kind of took off. So you're right, and that was in the finals. That wasn't in the first 3 rounds. That was in the finals. So yeah, you're right. I feel like Shaq was that guy in those first 3 rounds. He kind of hit a wall there in the finals a little bit.
Yeah, that's where he hit the wall.
That's when he hit the wall. Yeah, that's when he hit the wall, and and of course the rest is history, bro. So, so yeah, man, that's the D Wade one, bro. Let's see what we got on next, man. Larry Bird in '84. I'm not gonna lie to you, I don't know a lot about this, because the one year that I know about with Larry Bird, that we kind of 86 year. That's because at one point they were considered the greatest team ever assembled, and so. But with this, so here, Larry Bird got you 27, 11, 6, 2, and 1. Okay. That's back when it's King's old team. Were they Baltimore then? Okay. Okay, King. Oh, you in here, King. Yeah. Baltimore Bullets, 3-1. 4-3 Knicks. Hey, you gonna see a recurring theme with the Knicks here, just to give your heads up, bro. When I was putting it together, like, hold on, man, what's going on?
At least it went 7, man.
Yeah, it went 7. I don't even know who's on that team. Was that? No, because you got drafted in 1985, so you weren't on that team yet. Wait, how did you get Patrick Ewing in the next year?
You said the frozen envelope.
Jesus, man, that can't tell me that wasn't fixed. But yeah, then the Bucks 4-1, and then of course they played the Lakers that year. The Magic in them in 7.
That was Sidney Moncrief still Bucks, I'm guessing.
Yeah, I think it was Sidney Moncrief Bucks in '84. So yeah, it might have been them. But
I don't know much about it other than the finals. To be real with you, I noticed the one finals that Larry Bird beat
Magic.
Yeah. So I don't know much about it.
What they meet 3 times?
Yes, 3 times, and Bird won once, and Magic won twice, and then Magic won in college, obviously. So yeah, and I was born in '86, so this is before my literally before I was thought about.
That's why I said I probably the only real run that I know of was the '86 year when Bird played Jordan in the first round. George scored that 63.
Yeah, I feel like they were more team at that point though, because Kevin McHale was going off then. Like I feel like Kevin McHale was not saying Bird wasn't still the dude, but I feel like Kevin McHale was at that Scottie Pippen level at that point. You feel me?
Yeah, he was a bona fide number 2.
Yeah,
definitely a bona fide number 2. All right, man. Let's see what we got next.
Dirty Dirk.
Vindication, as Jason Terry would say. So this y'all already know about the 2011, man. Everybody know about 2011. Man, I remember that first series, man. I remember Ben and Skin show. Ben Rogers coined the phrase "one and done, boys." I ain't gonna never forget that, King. When Portland won that, what was it, game 4? Yep, with Brandon Roy with no knees. Went out there and beat us, man. In that fourth quarter, man, in game 4, I remember he just kept harping on the one and done, boys, and all that stuff. And man, I remember when they won that series, bro, they were blowing their phones up, bro, on the show, man. Like, yo, what's up? What you say? One and what? And I was just confused. Like, why are you calling them one and done, boys, bro? Like, saying that they favorite to win the series and all that stuff, bro. It was crazy, man. But
you know what's wild? This is the opposite of Dwayne Wade. Dirk and Dwayne Wade is so attached. Dirk, the weakest part of Dirk's run was his finals. And we know the circumstances of what happened, you feel me, like the flu and all that type of games. But I feel like because Dirk was damn near close to averaging them points and then averaging 50, 50, 90. Like, I think he was close to 50, 50, 90 for that run, bro. I think until the finals, he was 50, 50, 90. Until the finals. Yep. But so he would have had, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No. To kind of piggyback off what you said, too. You know when he did turn it on in the finals?
What, about them last games?
Fourth quarter Dirk.
Yes.
It was called the fourth quarter Dirk.
He was fourth quarter layup and all that stuff on him and all that. Yes.
Bro, I remember I was watching the game. This is when I stayed in Denton, and I was watching the game at the Buffalo Wild Wings. I watched that whole series, and like it was the same people were there every game that I watched. So we all was like interacting with each other. And one of the old school dudes who was sitting next to me, he one of them old school black dudes, and you know how that was back in them times, bro. They didn't like dirt for reasons. But and so he kept
Larry
saying,
Bird.
pretty much. So he was like, man, Dirk's struggling. He ain't gonna do this and that. And I kept trying to tell him, hey, I just kept doing this. That's all I gotta say.
Yep.
And for every fourth quarter, he clowns, man. Remember that one game he went like 0 for 11, bro? And then that fourth quarter, I was trying to tell him, I said, bro, I kept pointing at the screen and said, what quarter is it? Third quarter? Oh, okay. Talk to me when it's the fourth quarter. When the fourth quarter comes, then we'll have a conversation.
Even game 6 they won. He was struggling at the beginning.
That was the game. That was the game.
Yep. The game where he ended and then he started going off, and I was like, damn, Dirk, man, bro, I told you, we know it's like because of what happened in the finals kind of adds to his legacy. But if we just classify it based off of numbers and all that, the finals hurt him. Like this, Dirk had a Mount Rushmore like playoff run if it wasn't for the finals. And the finals didn't hurt him. Like his legacy, it helped him. But just as far as the numbers, like, bro, he was going to average 30 points on 50, 50, 90. That's dumb.
Bruh, his highest points per game was against the OKC Thunder. I think he averaged like 34 a game.
Yeah. That's crazy.
34, bro. Like
he was 50, 50, 90 he was messing with, bro. That's crazy. Dirk was dominant. But yeah, that's what I say the finals. If it wasn't for the finals, it'd be Mount Rushmore. That's real talk.
And we're not even talking about the Mother Day massacre, bro, of game 4 against the Lakers.
Nah.
I remember where I was when that happened too, bro.
Dirk was the best player by far. Dirk was the best player by far in every series.
Yes, he was. Shout out to Kobe.
Yep, shout out to Kobe.
But yeah, man. Let's go to this next one here, King. So you got the LeBron James in 2012, man. Check this out, King. He got you 30, pretty much 30, 10, 6, 2, and a little under a block.
Yeah.
So Knicks 4-1, that was Carmelo. I remember that. Yep. Pacers 4-2, that was Paul George and them. Yep. And the big 3 in Boston, that might have been their last leg.
No, yes, it was. Yes, you're right. Because he beat him the year before 4-1, right?
Yeah.
And then when he went 2011, played us, he beat them. When he beat them 4-1? Am I tripping?
Wait, no. Probably the year before that year. Because remember, he got there in 2011.
That's right. The year before, I'm sorry, 2010. He lost us 2000. Well, no, he lost 2000. No,
he lost us 2011.
2011, I think he played Boston that year and beat them. They didn't beat them in 5 second round before they played Chicago.
Oh yeah, you're right. My bad.
I thought they did beat Boston quickly or whatever. And then this time when they came back,
Chicago, that kind of triggered it. I was like, okay, yeah, they did play Chicago in the Eastern Conference Finals. You're right. My bad.
And then this time when they came back, they were down. They were down with this one. They were down. What was it? 3-2 or whatever, or was it? 3-2. And then LeBron had to. That's the moment right there. So I remember. And then the finals, like Kevin Durant was going off too. Even Russell Westbrook, more James Harden. I stepped up as a close. But Brown was killing it.
Yeah, James Harden was struggling in that series, bro.
Brown was just killing it as well, though. He was just this is a nice run. This is actually underrated. I didn't even think about this like that as far as 2012. You said Carmelo at the beginning, then Paul George, them runs with them, and then the big 3 of the Celtics and all, really big 4. Because I think Rondo stepped up in that series. Really, Rondo was the best player in that one. One, right?
So then that means the next year is when Ray Allen joined him.
Yes.
Okay, that makes sense then. Okay.
Because Ray won 1 with them.
Yeah.
Remember, him 1-1 with Boston.
Wait, how many got with Miami?
1. He won the second one with Miami. LeBron, he got 2 with Miami.
Okay. I was trying to remember. I thought Ray had 3. Okay.
Nah, Ray got 2. Remember the last time they lost to San Antonio again.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking of. Okay. But yeah. All right, man. That's what we got next, King.
Actually, before you say that, he's been in the finals a lot of times, though, Ray Allen. Now I'm thinking about it. Hey, that's crazy.
Yeah, he been what? 2 times with Boston,
and then 2 times with Miami, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh, look what we got, King. I know you remember this year. Timmy.
Yeah.
2003 Tim Duncan run, bro. Playoffs was 25. He got you 15. Got you 5 assists. Got you a little under a steal, but he got you, check this out, King. He got you 3 blocks.
So he was dominant defensively. This run, I felt like his numbers scoring one that wasn't even like that serious until really what helped his numbers is the New Jersey Nets. Like I think New Jersey, he like killed them. So I don't know if I'd have had it that high.
Is there another event that happened during this run, bro, that you remember?
Talking about Dirk getting hurt.
You said what now? What was that? I didn't hear you. I'm sorry.
You said Dirk getting hurt and then Steve Kerr saving his legacy. No, I'm kidding. Steve Kerr ain't saved his legacy.
Said Dirk, huh? Okay. Yeah, I'm listening. I know you can probably say I'm biased, blah, blah, blah. I'm gonna tell you right now, King, if Dirk did not get hurt in that series, I don't care what nobody, you cannot tell me anything, King. I'm telling you, I think Dallas would have won that series if Dirk did not get hurt.
I do too.
That's why that's one of them. That's one of the years when we always talk about, man, Dirk should have had like 3 rings. That was one of the years right there. And that series is what caused the rift between Don Nelson and Mark Cuban. When Don Nelson refused to play Dirk in game, it was a game 6, refused to play him. And so
that was one of the years. We always said it. I felt like it was 4 years, bro, that Dirk could have won a ring. And we talk about it. 2003, 2006, 2007, and 2011.
Yep.
That were the years that Dirk could have won a ring.
Also, I believe this was also the year that they stopped doing, because remember that's when Dallas and San Antonio both won 60 games, right?
No, it wasn't this year. It was the year Dallas beat them.
Okay.
It was 2006. After that year, we beat them.
Okay. Yeah, you're right. That's when they were like, that's when they stopped that whole, the first 3 teams get the
division thing.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because it was we were the 4th seed, they were the 1st seed. We both won 60 games.
Yeah. That might be the first time in NBA history, huh? That a 4th seed and the 1st seed both won 60.
Probably so. Yeah, because that was basically the conference finals. Everybody thought that was the conference finals when they played each other in the second round. And
that's
Phoenix
why, man, I was relieved. I said, man, we just get past San Antonio, we should be good. That's because that year I thought we was gonna beat Miami too.
Yes. Once we got past San Antonio, that's why. Man, I thought it was over. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, I did too.
You don't count your chickens before they hatch, man. Like I thought it was over. Once we beat San Antonio, I was like, they finally did it, bro. Like that is Dallas gonna win the championship. Then you go up 2-0 and watch it and like that, but that is what it is. I wouldn't have put Tim Duncan this high though.
Yeah, because I didn't. I feel like that team was like just clicking like that year, bro. I didn't really feel like, oh my God, he was just taking over and was like you said, that game against, we would have did the same thing in New Jersey.
Yeah, we'd beat the hell out of New Jersey.
Dirk would have did the same. Yeah, we would have beat them probably 4-1. Because I
ain't gonna say that to losing after being up 2-0 in Miami. I would say 4-2. Just let it be 4-2. Don't do that. We don't have it right, or the Mavericks don't.
Hey, we know why.
Yeah. It was number 5.
Check this out, King. Now, if you want to talk about a run,
this is number 5.
That's what hold on. You're gonna see the rest of them, but yes, I agree with what you just said. So this is Michael Jordan back in 93. Look at these numbers, King. This dude averaged. This is what he averaged. I'm not talking about one game, not talking about one series. This is what he averaged the whole entire playoff runs and in the finals.
God,
he got you 35 points a game, King.
7 assists.
7 assists, 7 rebounds. 6 rebounds.
6 assists, 7 rebounds, right? Probably. Because they got assists twice.
Yeah, they got assists twice, yeah. But yeah, bruh.
2 steals and a block. That might be geez. We got to see what's better than that. It might be because of the competition, maybe they saying. But I don't know, man. Like I thought that was going to be one of the top 3 or whatever, tell you the truth.
So, no, I'm not gonna give anything away.
Okay,
I was gonna tell you some players on here got a couple games on here. I'm just gonna put that out there.
Years. All right, okay.
But yeah, of course you already know, playing the Suns in the finals. That's against Charles Barkley. That was the year. I'm not gonna ever forget this. That's the year Charles Barkley won the All-Star MVP. and the MVP that year, bro. And so when they played them in the finals, I was hoping like, man, Jordan just blow them out, man, because I could not stand Phoenix, bro, back in the day, man.
Bro, if Charles Barkley would have won that year, though, that'd have changed the whole bunch. That'd have been a great year for Charles Barkley, bro.
Yeah, because he would have won Finals MVP. He would have had the MVP, and he just won All-Star MVP that year.
Yeah, he'd have been that dude. He would have had a claim to be the best player in the league that year.
Yeah, probably. You would
it'd have been hard not to say he wasn't the best player. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah. Shout out to your boy Danny Ainge and Dan Marley and them boys.
Yeah, Kevin Johnson.
Kevin Johnson, man, when he's healthy.
If it wasn't Kevin Johnson, Phoenix, I ain't gonna say they would have won. I ain't gonna start that convo. Go ahead.
Wait, talking about this year?
Yeah, I'm just in general, Kevin Johnson, as far as like stepping up and showing up in the playoffs or in the finals.
Yeah. If he was healthy,
they may have.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say it though. It's Jordan. Like I'm not. You never know. Jordan would take it to another level.
In general, like hit their playoffs.
No, I'm saying this game. I'm saying this finals right here. If KJ, because Charles Barkley was showing out.
Yeah. Barkley was showing out, bro. Yeah, I hear you. I thought you were talking about just in general. I'm like, it's a lot of times.
Yeah, a lot of general.
We saw some games, remember?
Yes,
we saw a game when he was healthy. He was Kevin Johnson. I think he was leading scoring. No, he wasn't, because Barkley scored 50-something.
I really think he's the reason Barkley didn't win a championship. And I love Kevin Johnson, but because Kevin Johnson became kind of like what we think, he's not as good as AD. But you know the way like you can't rely on him. Like he's what's going on? Are you here right now? You gonna play today? That's how Kevin Johnson started being.
And he was talented as I don't know what, bro.
Yeah, Kevin Johnson was nice though, bro.
Kevin Johnson was nice, just couldn't stay healthy, bro.
Yeah, I agree.
I hate this run here, bro.
Why you hate this?
Listen, man. I me being from Dallas.
Oh, okay. I understand.
I hated the Rockets in the 90s, bro. But listen, it's my favorite center though. Hakeem Olajuwon won in 94, man. In 94. This dude got you 29, 11, 4 assists, 1 steal, or 2 steals. Check this out, King. 4 blocks a game in his run.
Yeah.
I remember that Phoenix. I think I messed up on the finals. Who they played in the finals that year? New York.
Yes, was New York the first time? Oh no, was it? It was Orlando the second time. Yes, because Orlando beat Jordan the second time. Yes, so it was New York this time. Yes.
Yeah. So typo on that, y'all. They won the Suns. They played the Suns and beat them 4-3 in the second round. I remember that one because a lot of people thought that the Suns were gonna go back that year, and they ended up losing. As a matter of fact, was that the Mario Ellie kiss of death?
I believe it was. Yes. Yes.
Cause stand Mario Ellie, bro.
Yeah, it was because Charles Barkley blew a lead again, bro. Like that was another time. And then I think one of the time the Jazz went to the finals, Charles Barkley was up on them, and the Jazz went when they went against the Chicago Bulls in the conference finals.
Because matter of fact, that year that was Barkley last year. Man, he ended up going to Houston.
Yeah.
So you're right. But yeah, Hakeem, this is one of the few times in NBA history where a solo superstar took his team to the finals and won. Yep. Of course, you got Hakeem, you got Dirk, and you probably say Kawhi. You probably throw Kawhi in there too for 2019.
Yep.
But Hakeem was that dude, man. He was that guy who took the mantle after Jordan retired that first time. So, all right, man. See what we got, King. Here's your guy. Back in 2001, man. Check this out. This dude got you 30, 15, 3 assists, a little half in a steal,
and
2.5 blocks.
2.5 blocks.
What stands out this year, King?
That they beat everybody but Allen Iverson.
Yeah,
they almost swept through. And bro, that was the Portland Trailblazers, I believe, with Scotty in them, right? Scotty was still there. That was the
you said Iverson, bro.
That was
stepping over Ty Lue.
That was the Sacramento Kings with Chris Webber there. That was the San Antonio Spurs with I think David Robinson and Tim Duncan were both there that year.
Yep.
And the 76ers with Allen Iverson. Bro, this dude, people, I tell you, I keep telling folks they don't understand how good Shaq was.
That was the year before, because remember Tim Duncan and David Robinson got 2 rings together.
Yep.
So that next year when they got another ring.
Was it? No. Next year, Shaq and Kobe won. They won 2003.
Oh, that's right. That's right. I'm tripping. Hold on. So when did
2003.
Duncan?
2003. That was their last one. 03. Because then
He was on that. I feel like he was on that. He was on that team.
yes, because what's the name? 99. Yes, 2003 was his last year. Was David Robinson last year because they put Shaq and Kobe out. They stopped the four-peat. And then they won. And then the next year, Shaq and Kobe went back because they got Gary Payton and Karl Malone. And then they lost to Detroit in the finals. Yeah. Okay. So, yeah, bro, I just tell people I don't watching Shaq, bro. If you too young to experience Shaq pause, like go through that moment and all that, man, I keep trying to, bro, Shaq was a cheat code. People hated the Lakers because they had Shaquille O'Neal. It was like, bro, you got Shaq. That's literally what people were saying. Like, man, you got Shaq, man. Like, that ain't fair. There was nothing you could do.
It was to the point that teams were adding like 2, 3, 4 centers on their team just to throw,
just to foul, just to have bodies, have 6 fouls, bro.
Yeah,
dudes were fouling out. There were games with dudes centers damn near out the game because there was nothing you can do. I've never seen anything like this before, and it wasn't like he wasn't like going free throw like baiting or whatever like that, trying to get free throw. No, that wasn't Shaq game. Like to go out there and do that kind of stuff. The SGA stuff.
He's just trying to go through you, man. Get that bucket by any means necessary.
Shaq probably should have had more free throws than he got. That's how Shaq would play. So, yeah, I'm with you, bro. I'm with the Shaq thing. Shaq would have probably been on that list for me.
All right, man. Number 2. I think we all knew about this one, man. LeBron back in 2016. Check this out, man. Got you 26, 9, 7, 2, and 1. Of course, you already know. I think he ended. No, that wasn't Detroit's. Nope, that was Andre Drummond, Detroit.
What if I said it's overrated?
Ooh. Explain yourself.
Other than the finals. So you remember the finals, right? Finals where he was getting like 41 back-to-back and all, getting 82 in 2 games. He got you 26 points with that finals run.
Yeah.
You feel me? Like, what was he doing to other teams? They were just playing with other teams. I thought really the finals was the finals. That's when this stuff happened. I would have chose other LeBron over this.
That was a year too. I think Atlanta had that won at 60 games. I think that year.
Yeah, and no one cared. Or maybe it was.
I cared.
Yeah, no one cared. So I think this is kind of overrated, and I love Bron, but yeah, I wouldn't have had this one as number 2. I think that finals again. If we talk about the finals, it's a different beast, but nah.
I think that's why they put that up there because of the finals.
Yes.
And because this is his first championship back
in Cleveland
with the team in Cleveland. Yeah, so that's probably why they had it up there. All right, man. You took out number 1. This is number 1 right here, King. For many reasons. Look at this man numbers again, King. This man got you 31 points. This is not a series. This is not a game.
Playoffs.
This is for the whole entire playoff run. This man got you 31 points a game, bro. 6 rebounds. Check this out, because people told me he don't pass. He got you 8.4 assists.
Yeah.
2 steals in almost a block and a half a game, bro. Yeah. So he was killing you on offense and on defense, bro.
This
you see, I told you about the recurring theme, right? Look at the Knicks.
The Knicks, they got swept. This was it's the competition for this one, bro. This is when people hold on. When people say that Jordan didn't play nobody, this I need to save this. This is the one. That's Patrick Ewing and them on the Knicks.
Yes, sir.
That's Charles Barkley on the 76ers.
Yes, sir.
That's the bad boys when they just said you're done. You can't play anymore. And that's Magic Johnson and James Worthy on the LA Lakers, right?
Yep.
Okay.
All correct.
I would have still chose 93 over this, but this is up there too.
Yeah, I would have flipped it too. But I'm not mad at it. No. I think what really put this on the map is that Detroit series. For them to kind of remember the year before, they lost to Detroit in 7. Yeah. That was the migraine game that Scotty had or whatever.
Bro, screw Detroit. They lost 2 games. That whole run, won them to the 76ers, like I said, with Charles Barkley, and the other one, the Magic Johnson. They swept your boy, what's his name, Patrick Ewing, and they swept the Detroit Pistons, who were the defending 2-time champions. They did a Dirk.
Yep. 2 games the whole run. Yeah, that's true, bro.
That run right there is dumb. That might be his most difficult like championship run right there. And that's his first one.
That was the first one, yeah.
That's what I'm saying. That might be his most difficult championship run.
So at all these, King, who was who? So you say that you think this is number one? What's the number one in your opinion?
93 Jordan.
93
I think
Jordan.
I think 93 Jordan is my number one.
Let me see. This is who I think number one is, bro.
You think Dirk had the greatest of all time?
Bro, Dirk was stupid.
I'm not saying he wasn't. Jeez, bro. That's biased.
Dirk was crazy. No, I'm not a fan.
My top 4 though. We doing Mount Rushmore like we did last time. Jordan on there. I would. Hold on. Which one? So 93. I'm gonna just say Jordan. I'm not gonna pick him more than once. So I'm not gonna do the 2 times. I'm just going to give him 1 time. Give the players who had the best playoff performance. So Jordan on there. Bron. Shaq. And then 4th would be between Dirk.
There you go.
And
you gonna say Akeem, ain't you?
And Akeem, yes.
I knew you was gonna say that.
Between Dirk and Akeem, they would be my 4th.
I wouldn't be mad either way, because I mean,
if it's a top 5 Dirk on there, if it's a Mount Rushmore, Akeem might beat him.
I guess, man.
I think Kawhi slept on though. I think Kawhi might be definitely a top 10. I think it's close to
like I said, bro. He was on that. He was on that. The honorable mention. It was him and Shaq, the 2000 Shaq.
So Kawhi, man, and I have Kawhi on here is like that's ridiculous. So,
but I think 2001 Shaq was on there because, like you said, he lost 1 game that whole entire playoff run.
Yeah,
they were dominant that run. I remember that.
Yeah.
Cause remember when Iverson won that 1 game, it was like their Super Bowl right there. They won that 1 game.
That's Allen Iverson championship. That 1 game is
that 1 game.
It helps Allen Iverson. Like he's the one that he benefits from that. Like usually most players. No, Allen Iverson benefits from beating that team because he stopped them from being undefeated.
Facts. But yeah, man. Just a little rundown, man, of some of the greatest playoff runs of all time, man. Why don't y'all go ahead and let us know what y'all think in the comment section, man. We're going to go ahead and get ready to this next segment, man. But like I said, this right here was brought to you by who, King?
FANATICS.
Playback. Is it Playback?
Not yet.
Play. Oh, yeah, not yet. But we do have to go ahead and get to our next segment here because speaking of LeBron, man, he has some interesting comments here, man. So we're gonna turn the page here to hold on, time out. Pause. Hold on, man. What LeBron say?
You trying to tell me Giannis wouldn't be able to play an NBA game in the 70s?
Hincha, he wouldn't be able to do it.
Neither
would you.
Giannis Antetokounmpo would have 250 points in a game in the 70s. 250.
First of all, I don't even think LeBron said that man's name right. We need to address that. But anyway, King, take it away, man. What you got?
Pause, bro. LeBron got to pause. First and foremost, appreciate Bron for going on ESPN. This is boss stuff. I call it what it is. You on ESPN talking about ESPN, like about the guys at ESPN, to the guy that the guy is worried about on ESPN. That's like the new personality or whatever. And ESPN can't say anything about it because you're Bron and they need you on the show. Like they can't say, no, you can't come on the show because you're that type of guy. So shout out to Bron for that. But secondly, well, continue with that. Secondly, pause to Stephen A. Smith talking about he gonna throw hands with LeBron James.
Oh my God!
Saying if he'd have said something and all that, he'd have threw his hands, he would have hit him. Hell no, you wouldn't have, bro. Pause on that first and foremost. We're gonna do that. But as far as the comment, bro, I know the 70s were like one of the worst times in basketball, if not the worst time in basketball. But Giannis not scoring no 250 points in the 70s, bro. That's ridiculous. That's disrespectful.
Stop it.
Yeah, completely stop. That's disrespectful to the end of Wilt Chamberlain's career, to Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, who played in that time and all, who's doing it, who didn't drop 250 points. And Kareem is considered one of the top 3 players of all time. Like, let's stop playing, man. I love Giannis. I think we shouldn't disrespect guys, but I do understand, again, this is why people dislike LeBron. He controls narratives, and this is a way to try to, embrace his era and his narratives as far as being the GOAT by saying that players could do ridiculous stuff back in other times. Like, let's not disrespect Dr. J. Let's not disrespect Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Like, they're great for reasons they are great. So that's all I wanted to say, bro. Like, pause the LeBron and that he tripping, but everything else he was saying on Pat McAfee, though, he was doing his thing. I appreciate him for that.
I just want to say one of the show segment. Let me say one thing.
Mm-hmm.
I know matter of fact, who are the 3 best players you've been hearing me say since we started this channel? Who are the 3 best players in the league?
Giannis, Luka, and Joker.
So at all 3 of those, who get disrespect? Or what's to say, 2 of those guys get disrespected more than the other guy.
Get disrespected the most. It is what it is.
Saying? And so the reason why I was saying is, I agree with you what you said about LeBron, but I'm kind of glad LeBron kind of highlighted and gives Giannis his flowers, because he don't get that on ESPN. So that's kind of a double-edged sword. You know what I'm saying? The way he kind of gave him his props at the same time. But I agree with you, man. Come on, man, stop, bro. Pause, bro. You can't be sitting there talking about he gonna score 250 points. We gotta stop disrespecting these players who paved the way for y'all to play, man.
Disrespect goes both ways. You feel me? Like, I appreciate what he's saying about Giannis, but don't disrespect Kareem and them, bro, saying he's gonna drop 250 points. No way. Come on, bro. I don't even think Giannis can drop 250 points in any era. I don't think anybody dropping 200. Come on, bro. Stop playing.
Will didn't even drop 250.
Yeah, 250 points. Come on, man. Let's stop.
Like that, and that's what I'm talking about when I say there's a disconnect between the old and the new. And that's one of the examples right there too. So you get them on both sides, bro. But yeah, I agree with you, man. But yeah, that segment pause, man, was brought to you by Playback.
Thank you to our friends over at Playback for this segment. Pause. If you're tired of the national media and the annoying ways they sometimes cover sports and other events, give the Glow Sun Production channel on Playback a try. We cover new and old school basketball, wrestling, and geek culture. And just recently, we've added boxing, mixed martial arts, anime, and even video gaming. So if you have time in your busy day, give our channel on Playback a look and check out some of our replays while you're at it. Another special shout out to our favorite at Playback. Back to the show.
Yes, sir. Listen, y'all. We definitely appreciate y'all, man, joining us for another episode of Cap and Crown. We will be back here on Friday, Glow Yard members. So listen, if you are a member of the channel, you can join us here on Fridays. If you want to become a member of the channel, simply hit that join button right there next to the subscribe button, and you become a member with us and join us here every Friday morning, y'all, as we sit there and we talk with the Glow Yard members of the channel. There's other perks that also come along with being a member of the channel, not only for this channel, but also for Playback. So you guys can join us here as a member of the channel, and you get perks for both the YouTube channel and the Playback channel, y'all. So there you go. Also, too, follow me on my other channel, y'all. Cuz We Geeks, where we talk about all things in the geek culture involving movies and television. Me and Cuz will be doing a show tomorrow talking about the casting news for Avengers Doomsday that dropped today. So we're going to talk about that tomorrow evening, guys. So y'all can join us on Cuz We Geeked as we talk about that tomorrow evening, man. So there you go, man. King, is there anything else, man, before we roll?
Share, more share, man. I'm trying to show before an hour.
Yes, sir, man. Listen, man, like I said, we will catch the members on Friday morning. We'll catch everybody else on Monday, man, which we do our NBA recap, man. So we'll catch y'all again here pretty soon. And we out, y'all.